Hello, we're here with Dax from Rocksteady. I'm very nervous. These guys have made the past few years very entertaining for me. How are you doing, sir?
I'm pretty knackered. It's been a seriously intense gamescom so far.
I can imagine, yeah, we were only feeling a slight bit of what you're probably feeling. So can you give us a quick overview of yourself and what you do at Rocksteady?
Sure thing. I'm one of the producers at Rocksteady Studios. I've been in the games business about 20 years now. I've been at Rocksteady for about 7 years throughout the Arkham trilogy. And it's been an awesome ride. At the end of Batman Arkham Knight, we thought, yeah, that's it. That's the end of the road for Batman and Rocksteady. But we got our hands on the PSVR dev kits sort of towards the end of, or towards the middle of 2015. Had to play around and thought, we need to go back for one more. World's greatest detective, here we come.
And I thank you for that. I thank you so much for that. So how has the development been? Has it been exciting using new equipment like the PSVR? How's that all been for you?
It's always incredible when you get your hands on new technology because you never really know what you can do with it. So we were approaching it more as gamers rather than developers at the beginning. We were curious about VR. And of course, we've made quite a lot of Batman assets over the years. So we've got a lot of Batman stuff in the studio. So the initial experimentation was done not with any view to making a Batman game, but because we're using Batman stuff, it sort of started to take on a life of its own. And we tried out a lot of different ideas and mechanics, but the thing that really stuck for us was the idea of crime scene investigation and forensics. The technology of VR just seems to suit that perfectly. So we've made 3 pretty strong games with combat and stealth predator sort of gameplay. The sensation that we had was, let's go deep into detective work, into forensics. And so that's why Batman Arkham VR really is a murder mystery where you are more than you've ever been, the world's greatest detective.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the feeling I got. It's this real focus on the detective and where the combat in Arkham, the Arkham series is amazing. You just don't need that in here. I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't played it, but the setting of this game, like, how has that been developed? How has that all come together?
We've always tried to take players to kind of legendary, iconic locations throughout Gotham City, but we've never done the Batcave and we've never done Wayne Manor. So they were the first 2. We thought, okay, let's see how that feels in VR, and it feels awesome. Like your brain immediately believes that you're there, that you're in Wayne Manor, and like sure, people watching this may not have played the demo that you've just played, but I know that you know what I mean. And then when you go down to the Batcave, same thing. Like the sense of presence is just phenomenal. And then there's a load of other locations that you go to that will spoil the story, so I'm not going to tell you about that.
So good. I thank you so much for this. Do you yourself still get that same feeling that you work on Batman games? I imagine you're a Batman fan. How is it for you personally working on Batman?
It's pretty special. The moments when it's really amazing is when a new version of the game kind of is built within the team and it becomes available for everyone to play. And so if you've got time, you'll fire it up and look at the stuff that's sort of relevant to what you're working on. And someone else has done something just frickin' awesome. And for that moment, you're not a developer. You're not a guy with deadlines and the pressures of work. You're like a 12-year-old kid, and you're like having this amazing, really pure Batman experience for the first time. And the demo that you played today is early in the game, but it's not the beginning of the game. The very beginning of the game, like all of our games, we'd like to begin the experience of something really special, like going into Arkham Asylum, or going into Arkham City, or the cafe diner scene at the beginning of Arkham Knight. Batman Arkham Knight starts in a really awesome way. And when I first saw that, I was just so proud and blown away by the abilities and the creativity that exists within the 4 walls of Rocksteady. It's still a really special place to work.
Amazing, thank you. I know you've got to shoot off to do another demo now, but thank you so much for that. And you have to go play it if you get the chance. Whenever you get the chance, go play Batman Arkham VR. It's so good.